Welcome to the Strange Take, where we give you the strange take on all kinds of strange topics. Today, I was talking with a fella, and, it's a nice day outside. You can see that spring's coming, snow's melting, it's nice and warm outside. Anyways, the fellow I was talking to, he was a bus driver, right? Real nice fella, happens to live in my community. Asking me actually for a jump on his car. So, I was like, yeah, oh, sure, bud, no problem, right? Getting talking to him, and, he's really worried about, getting to work and making sure that bus is there for everybody, so they can get to where they're going, right? So many people's lives could be affected if this fella decided, my car won't start, and, right? I'm just going to call in sick. For all those people out there that take the bus, well, hey, if it's not for that bus driver, then I'm going to miss that job interview, or I'm not going to get to work, or pick up my kids from school, or get to wherever I'm going. Yeah, that's right, bus drivers. Yeah, we don't really always seem to realize, I think, that we get on the bus and it's like, fucking asshole wanting some money or some bus fare right here, fuck you, That's not the bus driver's fault, right? But that money in there and they don't get a paycheck, When I talk about frontline workers, it's when bus drivers are out there all day, all night, people freaking out, not wearing their masks because it's COVID, and all those things that all of a sudden, that everyday person, they drive a bus and, now they're, enforcing rules and laws and they're responsible for your safety, Bus driver could just go right through the red light and kill everybody, What a horrific thought, right? I mean, if you're sitting on the bus and you look over and you see that person there driving it, you should be thankful, that person still going to work and following all the rules and staying safe and they're getting you where you got to go, But then, obviously, there's those bus drivers out there, right? The ones that are just, maybe not paying attention when they're driving. They kind of cut you off, right? Coming up, it's an open lane. All of a sudden, the bus is swerving right in front of you, right? Oh, well, can't be hating because those fucking guys and girls or whoever they are, they're getting a bunch of people around, right? It's just your vehicle against, maybe 10, 20, 30, 50 people. How about sporting events, pre-COVID, right? You want to go to the game. Want to have a couple beers. Want to toot it up a little in the smoke pit. Okay, well, now you can't drive, right? You're getting on that bus. Nice cheap ride. No parking tickets. No tickets for parking, right? You get to the game, you have a great time, or the concert, you come out, there's the bus, you get on, it drops you off near your home, right? Thank you, bus drivers. How about the school bus drivers? Oh boy, whole different breed there. Yeah. I know you see those videos where they're holding the kids on the bus or locking kids in there. Freaking out. There's this one YouTube video All the kids are on the bus screaming. The parents are outside. Oh, my children, right? Bus driver's like, oh, I'm not opening the door. Nope. You know, obviously there's some drama going on, but, you know, it's a different breed between, you know, school bus and public transit drivers, you know. For one, as public transit drivers, right? They wear a snazzy outfit. Pretty cool looking. Almost looks a little official, you know. Well, you know, it's cool, right? Got an outfit. It's like Star Trek, you know. Pretty cool. And then, you know, on top of that, they got a union, right? Having their rights fought for you, right? You know, they're responsible for driving people around. And then, you know, on top of that, you know, all the other things too, that bigger paycheck and you know, benefits, right? How about them school bus drivers, you know, mostly like retired folks or stay-at-home parent, or, you know, just somebody who's in a financial position just to drive a school bus, right? You know, now they got all them kids on the bus, right? You know, all our future, right? The next city builders, the next computer programmers, the next, you know, doctor, right? You know, street bum maybe. You kid in the back, you're going to be a street bum on the school bus when you grow up, you know. But anyways, you know, big difference, right? I mean, there's people driving around our kids, and then there's people driving around kids and everybody else. And there's a big line there. I don't think the school bus, right, drivers get, I don't know, you don't pay it as much, right? Have those benefits. No snazzy, you know, outfit, right? Looks like they're, you know, on some kind of Battlestar Galactica or something, right? So, and then usually, you know, when transit makes the news, it's the school bus, right? Usually if it's something in the news about a bus, it's a fight broke out on the bus, bus driver got attacked. There might be a difference there, right? I think school bus drivers, you know, kids saying stuff and throwing tantrums compared to, you know, 1 a.m. in the morning transit driver fighting for their life against some drunken bum high on BCP or whatever fucking drugs, you know, they're doing down some of those tough areas, right? You know, how much longer till a bus driver's wearing a fucking stab vest like the ambulance drivers, right? So, you know, not only that, but them school buses are like big old tanks, right? You know, it's not like the public transit bus, you know, looking all snazzy, air brakes and bus lowers down to let people on and all these fancy gadgets. You know, school bus, like, hop up in the side, off you go, like you're going to the fucking pen or something, right? So, you know, a big difference when you think about it. You know, there's so many cool things though, right? You know, I'm sure you remember when you were a kid and you're hanging out on the bus, right? You know, with your friends, asking, you know, questions like, oh, if you're a genius, then you'll know what 12 times 12 is, right? I remember being on the school bus. We had a different breed of school bus driver, like third world school bus driver. You know, way up in the rules, the bus driver would slam on the brakes and he'd come around and he'd be like this 50-year-old guy, you know. And he's like with his toque on and his fucking vest and his big old gum boots, you know, and he'd come back there with this paddle with holes in it and he'd say, listen here, cheeky. And I'd be like, just not saying a word, thinking, you touch me, I'd tell my dad on you, he's kick your ass, right? Well, I just looking at him because I know, well, he'll still get to whack me before my dad kicks his ass. Say, cheeky, do you know what these fucking holes in this fucking paddle are for? I'd be like, no, Mr. Bus Driver, I don't know. And he'd look at me, you know, right? And he'd be like, so I can smack your ass with it faster. That way the wind doesn't stop the paddle from moving faster to smack you on the fucking ass. So anyways, right? Not the kid on the bus, right? Oh boy. Not after that. Of course I got home, told my dad. Next day, my dad just fucking, as soon as he opened the doors up, stormed in there and gave him a cup hole and told me he'd fucking burn his house down or something. I can't remember, but bus driver never talked to me again after that. I looked all beat up a little bit, driving us to school. Yep, true story. Yeah, anyways. A public bus, I've been on it a couple times when, it's going to an event or doing something, right? Going somewhere. Me and the wife, we go see the football game. And fuck, before COVID, it was so much fun. You get out to the football stadium and you get up in your seats and you're overlooking the city and it's beautiful, summer turning to autumn weather, right? Mm-hmm. Picturesque right off a fucking calendar on Grandma's wall. And then you see the players coming out and the music and the fans and the smells of the food and the ice cold beer and them thin, flimsy plastic cups because they don't want you smacking anybody with a can or a bottle, right? Speaking of football games, right? Here in Canada we got the CFL. It's nothing like the NFL, of course, but still, real blast. Great time to be had there, Canadian boys still play some good ball. Where I come from in Canada, sometimes, the quarterback on our team, boy, he'd throw these big, long bomb throws. And holy, I tell you, it was something else. Just loved it. The excitement. Seems like, people can go on hockey games, right? But holy shit, it's like a paycheck just to go to the hockey game. But, you go and you cheer on your team and your big players and you come on out and, it doesn't smell the same in the hockey stadium as it does in the football game. Football games, grills and smoked meat and all kinds of music and loudness, and it's a real atmosphere, right? Hockey game's cool, but more about let's get in the building, right? And you get in there and you can, I guess, the ice and the chatter of the skates, I can understand that too, right? But anyways, you wouldn't be going there and having beers if either you didn't have a designated driver or a bus driver, right? And you'd never be in that game if you didn't have a school bus driver to get you to school so you could get an education to get the paycheck, right? You have to put up with old crazy Larry or crazy Susie, right? But just remember, right, it doesn't matter being a transit bus driver, city driver or a school bus driver, or even, as I just mentioned, designated driver, right? Whoever's behind the wheel, they're getting you where you gotta go and they're getting you there safe. So always take a minute and say, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Take care, everybody. And if you're on the bus, tell them thanks. Because it's a strange take on some strange things.